Hello friends, welcome to Knowledge Galaxy to rediscover the basics with Mayank Tiwari. My dear friends, with this video, I expect and hope minimum 10 new channel subscribers who believe in me and recognize my work. So, before proceeding, please do not forget to subscribe the channel and do like the videos. My dear friends, a premier coaching and training channel dedicated to metallurgy studies and consultancy. This is what Knowledge Galaxy is all about. Established to cater the needs of students, degree, diploma and AMIIM metallurgy, competitive and recruitment exams for GATE, SAIL and various other government and private sector companies, metallurgical industries and whosoever seeking knowledge and information about various subjects and topics of metallurgy, operational process optimization, productivity improvement analysis, concepts like 5S, total productive maintenance, TPM, quality circle, QC, root cause analysis, RCA, ISO systems, QMS, EMS and OSHAs, practical and effective communication English, written and spoken. My dear friends, to impart practical industrial knowledge as per your specific requirements via tailor-made training sessions for your colleagues, employees and students, please contact me on knowledgegalaxy26@gmail.com or WhatsApp me on +91 99 071 for scheduling and organizing the sessions at your place or via video conferencing. My dear friends, this is another important aspect of this channel. Specialized subject-wise coaching classes are available for Diploma Engineering, Metallurgy and Mechanical, IIM, that is Indian Institute of Metals, Part 2, and competitive and recruitment exams for GATE, SAIL and various other government and private sector companies, metallurgical industries. In this case, complete syllabus coverage will be offered for the students aspiring to appear in the forthcoming semester exams December or June. Please contact me on knowledgegalaxy26@gmail.com or WhatsApp me on +91 99 071 44101 for scheduling and organizing the classes via video conferencing. So the students who are aspiring to appear in the forthcoming exams and need further guidance on metallurgical subjects, they can contact me. So do not forget and take the chance. Just call me and contact me. So my dear friends, today in this video I am going to discuss about ferroalloy furnace electricals, which are the main electrical principles which govern the ferroalloy production. So let us start. First of all, conversion of electrical energy into heat in ferroalloy furnaces. My dear friends, as you all are aware that electrical energy is converted in heat energy in ferroalloy furnaces for the production of various types of ferroalloys. So it is very much necessary to know how it is done. In an arc furnace, electrical energy is converted into thermal energy. Electric current flowing through the arc melt and charge generates the following amount of heat in a given time interval. Q is equal to I square RT joules, where Q is equal to quantity of heat in joules, I is equal to furnace current in amperes, R is equal to total resistance of arc and melt in ohms, T is equal to time in hours. 1 joule is equal to 0.239 calories. My dear friend, this formula may be rewritten as Q Q is equal to 860 into I into E whole divided by 1000 into T kilocalories, where Q is the quantity of heat in kilocalories, I is the furnace current एम्पियर में, E is the furnace voltage in volts, T is equal to time in hours. Furnace power supply circuit. Since ferroalloy furnace is a powerful electrical unit, so it is very much necessary and important to know about the furnace power supply circuit. Ferroalloy electric furnaces as a rule operate on three-phase alternating current. A typical electric supply circuit is shown in the next slide. This is the diagram of primary commutation circuit for a ferroalloy furnace. You can see the diagram by pausing the video. Shown in the diagram are number 1, high voltage interrupters through which power is supplied to the furnace by a substation double bus distribution system. They are blocked in such a way that power may be fed only through one bus system at a time. Second, metering current transformers, energizing emitters and wattmeters, current coils. Number 3 and 5, current transformers, energizing, protection and automation relays. 4, oil breaker. 6 is voltage measuring transformer connected to the high voltage circuit through high voltage protection device. 7 with resistors. 8 number is furnace transformer. 9 is low voltage circuit. 10 is electrodes and number 11 is furnace hearth. Furnace electrical operating conditions. Let me explain this further. A ferroalloy furnace is a powerful electrical unit. Each technological process and each ferroalloy furnace requires definite operating conditions, that is, a definite relationship between furnace electrical characteristics, rating, current, voltage and corresponding electrode circle, which provide maximum furnace productivity with minimum specific power consumption. Determination of these operating conditions, called optimum operating conditions, is a very important practical problem. Furnace electrical operating duty has an important effect on performance results of ferroalloy smelting. There are two different groups of technological processes in electric furnace ferroalloy smelting. First, continuous, and second, batch smelting or refining furnaces. In continuous processes, power is applied uninterruptedly and the furnace has a constant power input. The burden is charged by small batches while the metal and slag are tagged periodically. Smelting of silicon and its alloys, production of carbon-bearing ferrochrome and ferromanganese are continuous processes. Processes requiring batch smelting, such as the production of ferrochrome, are distinguished by variable power input at different periods and by unstable operating conditions. Current distribution in the ferroalloy furnace varies with the character of the process. In continuous processes, a gas-filled chamber called crucible forms under each electrode. Its walls are red-hot charred materials, its bottom is the melt, its top is the electrode. The volume of this crucible increases with the power input. This is a schematic representation of the crucible which is formed under the electrode, where The charged material is gets melted by the heat of the generated by the electrodes, electric arc. The arc burns calmly in the closed space and relatively low voltage is required to strike it and to keep it burning. Electric current forms arcs between the electrodes and the crucible walls as well as between the electrodes and the melt. A certain amount of current is shunted between the electrodes through the mixture. Power developed in the crucibles by the current is the main component of active furnace power. The heating of the mixture outside the reactive zone is not economical considering the negligible height of the furnace and the big radiation surface of the mixture. Practically, there is always a trend to operate with a cold furnace top, that is, to secure heat generation in the reactive zone and to lower useless and even harmful because it complicates operating conditions and increases the losses of the reducing agent, heat generation at the furnace top. In furnaces operating on the batch smelting principle, all power is practically developed by the arcs and by currents flowing from one electrode to another through slag and metal. Power generated in both slag and metal is useful because metal and slag have to be kept hot to ensure normal furnace operation. This is the diagram of the hearth of an electric arc furnace for smelting refined ferrochrome. The details are mentioned there. Now let us discuss about working voltage. No definite method of choosing operating voltages for ferroalloy furnaces has yet been elaborated. Operating data shows that the magnitude of working voltage depends on the furnace rating and the type of alloy smelted. Electric furnaces with transformer rating of 2500 to 3500 kVA and secondary voltage of 150 to 350 volts are generally used for refining processes. The smelting of ferroalloys by continuous processes requires more powerful electric furnace with transformer rating of 7000 kVA and over. In continuous processes, the arc is closed in the crucible and a relatively low voltage is needed to keep it up. Modern furnaces with transformers rated at 10,000 to 12,000 kVA are provided with voltage at the tip of an electrode equal to 60 to 65 volts. Maximum electrode immersion is necessary to ensure the maximum utilization of the heat generated in the arc. This may be attained by lowering the secondary voltage. However, with the power input being constant, the secondary voltage reduction causes a sharp increase in electric losses in the low voltage circuit, entails higher heat losses through the furnace top since the length of the arc is increased while the immersion of the electrodes in the charge is reduced. For continuous ferroalloy smelting processes, an optimum electrode immersion of about 2.3 to 2.5 meter has been justified by practice. This ensures satisfactory performance results. In furnaces of 7.5 to 12.5 MVA, this has been achieved by keeping secondary voltage at 130 to 180 volts. Furnace power factor and efficiency. My dear friends, this is another very important parameter from the point of view of efficient power utilization and productivity improvement. Furnace power factor or cosine phi cos phi is the ratio of true power to the total apparent power. That is P true divided by P apparent is equal to cos phi, where from P true is equal to P apparent into P cos phi. Cos phi increases with the rise of voltage, this being explained by the growth of the active resistance as a result of an increase in arc resistances, which are practically a true ohmic load. The true power of the furnace, which is equal to true power minus active electrical losses in the circuit, increases with the rise of voltage. That is, P effective is equal to P true minus P true losses. The ratio of useful furnace power to total true power is called furnace electrical efficiency, eta E. I repeat, the ratio of useful furnace power to total true power is called furnace electrical efficiency, eta E. Eta E is equal to P effective divided by P true. Furnace efficiency or electrical efficiency, eta power, is the product of the two values. Eta power is equal to eta E into eta thermal, where eta thermal is the thermal efficiency of the furnace characterized by the performance of the furnace as a thermal apparatus. I repeat again, where eta thermal is the thermal efficiency of the furnace characterized by the performance of the furnace as a thermal apparatus. The greater the rating of the furnace, higher its N thermal, for the relative value of thermal losses drops when the heat is used more efficiently. My dear friends, let us now discuss about specific power consumption. Since this is very much important for the production of ferroalloys in electric arc furnaces, to keep it the specific power consumption to the lower side and as low as possible. Specific power consumption, that is power consumption per ton of sellable alloy, is an overall index of the furnace design, operation methods and personnel skills. Specific power consumption per 24 hours is equal to A is equal to W by Q, where A is equal to specific power consumption kWh per ton, W is equal to power consumption per 24 hours in kWh, Q is equal to alloy output per 24 hours in tons. My dear friends, hope you like the content and found the video worth. So please don't forget to like, share and subscribe the channel. Here I am resting my voice and I hope you will keep visiting my channel repeatedly, and also remember to press the bell icon so that you can get the notification of new videos promptly. My dear friends, I have made so many videos which are available on my channel. This is purely for the knowledge sharing of all the concerned persons who seek knowledge. I request you to please visit my channel repeatedly and do watch all the videos available there. So, my dear friends, this is all for now. Thank you very much for watching this video and see you in the next video very soon. Thank you very much.